Hey my lovelies, long time no see. Welcome to my channel. I'm Tan, the monogamous cross stitcher. I haven't actually done a floss tube for a proper floss tube for a month. So yeah, I can't believe it's been that long. I've got so much to tell you. So this could be a hefty video, so prepare yourselves. I have got whips. Yes, whips. I'll get round to the reason why I've got whips. I have got haul, quite a lot of haul actually. Some things I forgot to show you in the last video, or they hadn't come in time, and some things have literally come today, which is the reason why I put off this floss tube for till the end of the week, because I really wanted to show you those because I was quite excited. This is Bailey. I'm downstairs today because the house is empty, so you'll very likely see cats. My cat is currently over there on the windowsill, and this is my sister's cat Bailey, who is the devil. So I call him Lucifer for short, but he is very cute. Don't nip me, see? Lucifer. So yes, I've got my finishes to show. I've already showed one finish, but I will show it again because you can't brag about finishing regular full coverage enough, you know. I've also got one I started, I think I showed you in the Flosstube extra, or the one before, I'm not sure, but I finished that one, and I have started two since then, 3. I'll explain all that when I get to it. I'm currently home at the moment. I've decided to have a month off. I don't know if a lot of you are aware that I am a live-in carer, so I work for long stints at a time. And I decided I was going to have October off because I'd actually worked a lot at the beginning of the year, and I just feel like I needed that bit of time. Will you stop biting me? So yeah, that's basically that. I've also been on 3 stitchy days in the last week, 2 weeks, so I will tell you all about those as well. I've watched a lot of TV, one movie I think, and read a few books, so got those to tell you about as well. Do excuse the hair as well because my roots do need done. It's just finding the effort to actually spend 6 hours doing my hair. Yes, that's how long it takes to dye. So yeah, Bailey, you can't sit on there, man. Don't you hiss at me. See, devil cat, I tell you. Just stay there and be good. So right, let's get into it then. So quite a bit to show you, as I say. Right, I'm going to start with my finishes. I have, like I said, or you've already seen this finish, I think, already, but I'm going to show it you anyway. So this was Welcome Home by Sherry Gerhardt or something like that. I really can't pronounce her name. I actually got in touch with her on Facebook to show her the finished product, and she was very, very kind. She says she was chuffed to pieces that someone had took the effort to start to stitch her artwork, and she did ask me if she could repost and tag me. So I was like, yes, feel free. So I'm hoping to get this framed professionally. I think I did say that before. Taking it to Retford with me in a few weeks, and I'm going to see what we can get done with that. So this was my finished piece. I did already show you, I think, in the Flosstube retreat. Yeah, I definitely did show you. It's a bragging piece. So that was my first finish that I finished the end of September. and it's currently living in a carrier bag folded up. So can't wait to get that framed. So that was my first finish that I'm still extremely proud of. Okay, my next finish, which I had this in my wish list, funnily enough, back in 2015, I think I added it to my favourites. And I found it quite funny because my partner is very much, he's very antisocial. He'll be social when he wants to be, but it has to be on his terms. And I thought it was quite hilarious because I was like, this is you, because I'm a social butterfly and you're an antisocial bat. And he was just like, no, I was like, yes you are. So in support of the Witchy Stitcher and for Witchy Stitcher Day on the 1st of October, I did this. Don't know which side is better. So it says, you can see, I am not a social butterfly. I am an antisocial bat lurking in the darkness. This didn't take me long to do. I think I got this done in possibly 4 days, I want to say. I have actually done the bat with glow in the dark thread, so that will look cool in the dark. So those are my finishes. Right, for my whips, as you all know, I don't have a lot of whips. I tend to work on one at a time. So my plan was, once I'd finished that, was to do Enchanted Quaker. Now this is Enchanted Quaker by Lilas, by Luminous Fibre Arts, and this is how far I have gotten. So that is how far I've gotten. Now I only brought, my plan was I didn't want to do it in 3/110. This is the first time I've ever stitched on linen, 28 count linen, and I basically wanted to try silks. So I brought some Dinky Dyes Black Sand silks. Now I only brought one skein, and when I come to stitch it, I ran out. Obviously one skein isn't going to do the entirety of this, so I still had quite a bit left to do on it, but my plan was to fill the complete area and then move where I needed to continue, but I ran out. So I was forced, held at gunpoint, to do a new start. Now my plan was originally to do this new start anyway once I finished this one, so it made no odds anyway at the end of the day when I was going to start it. I don't really like to start stuff before I've finished my current, because that's what makes me monogamous. But unfortunately, because I didn't have any more skeins, and when I come to order some more, they were sold out at Lakeside. So I got in touch with Kate. She told me, oh, they'll be back soon. I was like, brilliant, that's fine. And I was checking and they were taking a while to come back in. So I thought, right, I'll go on to 123 Stitch and I will order some from there. So I ordered 3 skeins and some other little bits and pieces, which I will show you later. And they came. So while I was waiting for those to come, I started Halloween Quaker by Lilas Studio. Now I'll pop a picture up here. This is what it'll look like when it's done. When I tried to print a picture off at the library, didn't want to work. So yeah, this picture, and that is how far I got on that. Now I have decided to do the moon and the ghost in glow in the dark thread, and it does look really effective actually. If you go onto my Instagram, which I'll pop in the description box, so that's it just there, then you will see the effect on my post, and I'm pretty chuffed with it, to be honest. It looks really good, so yeah, I'm enjoying that. I was talking to one of the girls at the retreats, Aileen, and she was telling me how her and a friend have tried stitching this numerous times and they keep going wrong. And I says, oh, I've gone wrong a couple of times, but nothing too badly. So yeah. And my other friend Sally pointed out at the Stitchy Day as well that that looks like the cat has passed the gas or something. So yeah, it's a really rather random place to have a motif right by the cat's bum. But yeah, so that's my progress on that. So once I've finished Enchanted Quaker, I will come back and I will finish this. Now the lovely Belushi Stitches, Jo, set a sort of challenge. She said, oh, I bet you could finish both of those by the 30th of October, Tan, and then you could start your full coverage Hocus Pocus piece. And I was like, yeah, I probably could. And for a short time, I was doing it to try and get them finished by October the 30th. And then I thought to myself, well, no, I'm not going to do that, because I don't back down from a challenge. If someone sets a challenge, I really dig my heels in and I'm like, right, I am going to do this. But I was like, no, I want to enjoy them. I don't want to feel like I need to rush. And it wasn't so much a challenge, as I say, as I bet you could finish them sort of things, because I stitch quite fast. So I was like, yeah, I decided, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take my time and I'm going to enjoy the process. Plus, going from 25 count 1/1 to 28 count linen 2/2 is very different. I must always remember to leave a hole between, which gets really confusing, but I'm managing so far. I'm managing and it's looking good, so that's good. Okay, my next whip, that is an old whip actually. I started this in, I think it was June or July 2019. Oberon by Elizabeth Olba, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I did get right to the end and then I noticed that the fabric, because I didn't prepare my fabric because I was very stupid. I was too excited to start, I didn't prepare my fabric, and then over the 10 months I was working on it, it frayed and frayed and frayed, and then when I got to the bottom there wasn't any room to fit that part of the paw on. So I was beyond gutted. I was trying to think of ways what to do. I was asking people who were telling me, can you sew a bit of fabric on? I says, I've tried, it hasn't worked. They said, how about leaving it off? I says, but won't it look incomplete? The people were saying, why don't you do this, this, and just none of it was working. So I thought, well, I'm not throwing it away because I worked really hard on that piece. I really enjoyed working on that piece and I still love it. So I'm just going to finish it without the paw at the bottom and then put it in a nice frame. And no one will be any the wiser. And I've gotten to that point where I've accepted that it's the way it is. learn from your mistakes, which I certainly have now. Always prepare my fabric now, even if it means I have to wait a little bit longer to start. Prepare your fabric. It's not worth the heart-wrenching feeling of knowing you've buggered it. So that's that. Right, so this is, I've decided I'm going to make this centre stage and work on this monogamously. So I've put my enchanted Quaker down for now, and I'm wanting to finish this, and then I'm going to take it to Retford for my finished piece to show off. So I'm going to show you where I am at the moment, and then I'll load it up fully. I am leaving the Nerge frame on because it is a lot of hassle, as you all know, to take the Nerge off and put it back on. So this is as far, I haven't chosen a very good place to sit today by the looks of it, because the window's there and I'm sitting against it. So as you can see, that is the cut off of the paw, which is really rather upsetting. I'll show you the full picture in a minute. So that's as far as I've got for now. I've only literally got all of that white section left to do. So I'm hoping to get all this done and finished by the 10th, so I can take it with me to Retford. So that's as far as I've got with that one, which I'm currently stitching at the moment. It is disgustingly dirty and grimy. I did spill a full cup of coffee over it a while ago, but luckily the stitches covered it up, and I do plan on washing it anyway. So, and this is what it looks like fully. I don't know if you can see. So it is amazing, and I do love it. And he is so beautiful and regal and just so handsome. I mean, there is lines because that was before I figured out the Royal Rose method and not stopping at lines and things. So he is very handsome. So yeah, that's how far we've got on that. So that's basically the plan, is to finish that, give it a wash, and then just frame it as it is. And no one's going to know that the paw's missing apart from me and all of you. But you're all not likely to come to my house and see it on the wall anyway. So there you go. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. So those are my current whips. Actually, no, tell a lie, I have another whip. This is a new start. Now, I think I showed you in one of my videos that I had a temperature book sale on the go that I saw and I loved, and I started it this year. Now, when I was waiting for the fabric to come to start my enchanted Quaker, I was going to start stitching on my bookcase, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I just found the idea of stitching it boring, in all honesty, and I was like, right, what am I going to do? So I've scrapped it. Yeah, I've started a different sale. So this was the one I was currently doing, which, to be fair, I did enjoy, but I find it really small, and I mean, it doesn't help that I've chose to do it on 25 count fabric, but I'm just like, no. So I've decided against that, like I say. So this is as far as I got. I finished January and I carried on with the shells, but as you can see, the books are just tiny, and I fell out of love with it. I did fall out of love with it. So I just decided to scrap it off completely and do a different sale, because I don't really like backstitch, and there's a lot of black work I don't mind, but I had to backstitch all the other bits on that and I don't want to do it. So I have decided to do this temperature cell. So a kind lady at one of the stitchy days printed this off for me because I popped it into Pattern Keeper, and obviously because the colours aren't set, the symbols were not visible. So then I downloaded markup, and when I was highlighting it, like crossing it off, it wasn't highlighting good enough to make, so I could see where I'd been and where I was going. So I was like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to use a paper chart. So the lady was kind enough to print this off for me, Helen. Thank you very much, Helen. And I have already done 5 days, but I don't like the fabric. So I brought some 20 count grey fabric from Megan at Coffee Crafts. Now, I've never stitched on 20 count before, and I did a tester, 2/2, 1/1, and in my personal opinion, the 1/1 looked better, but it was still too small. So I got in touch with Megan and I said, I need some grey fabric again, but could I have 28 count? Because I quite like the 2/2 on 28 count. It shows enough of the fabric and it's nice. And because I've chosen nice grey fabric, the colours will pop. Because if you look at my cover photo on my YouTube, I don't think it shows all the colours actually, but I've chose like a rainbow of colours for this. So from purples, blues, reds, oranges, I've even had a pink, greens. I'll insert the photo here so you can see. So these are the colours I've chosen. This is for this year, so I am obviously quite a whack behind, but it literally takes 10 minutes to do 1 square. I'm not even joking, it's so quick. Now, I'm not sure if I said this before I edited it out, but I had a choice of doing 2/1 or 1/1 on the 20 count fabric I had, and I didn't like it. So I've got in touch with Megan. She is sending me some 28 count linen, and I'm going to do 2/1 because I do like that effect more. Now, I have started it on the 28 count. I haven't unpicked it yet because I'm going to unpick it and use that for the potion cell next year, temperature cell next year, but I might even change my mind for that. Yeah, I think my favourite is 25 count and upwards. I'm not one for anything lower, and I can't stand Ada. I mean, I did that Witchy Stitcher one on 14 count Ada, but I just thought the fabric was fantastic and I'd had it in my stash for so long. But anyway, going completely off track. So this is basically my start. Now, as you can see, the squares are tiny. Now, there is 5 days worth in there. The 1st to the 5th of January. So if you can see. And I love the effect. I just don't like it on this fabric. So, yeah, so I'm going to unpick that, and as soon as my fabric comes, possibly tomorrow actually. I was hoping it would come today, but it hasn't come today, so possibly tomorrow. But I will try and get caught on that when I get a bit bored of my full coverage, because as much as I've missed full coverage so much doing the Quakers. Oh, it's so nice to get back to it. There's days when it's really confetti heavy and I'm like, oh, I need a break. So then I could do a couple of days of this. So that's that. But the colours I have chosen for that was rainbow. Not sure if I mentioned it before I edited it out, so I'm just going to tell you again just in case. So the colours I've chosen are basically all the colours of the rainbow. I've even got pink in there as well. I mean, pink, I don't like pink, but I don't like pink, don't ask. Quite a few people understand, but there you go. So I'm going to show you the colours. So these are the colours I've chosen, and I think they're going to look amazing. And I've decided, because I don't know if anyone else has done a temperature cell, but I find picking the colours so hard and then working out all the temperatures, because quite a lot of the charts on Etsy are in USA. So they go by Fahrenheit, isn't it? And we go by Celsius. So I had to change them all, convert them all. So what I've decided from now on is the colours I've chosen for this cell I'm going to keep for all future temperature cells. I do actually have an idea in mind, because the lady who created this cell, Apricot polkadot on Etsy, she has got some other temperature cells that are so pretty, and there's one which is a heart. And I'm thinking I might do that as an anniversary present next year for Rich, possibly. Am I putting too much pressure on myself? Well, not so much for Rich, for both of us. So it'll be a bit different because it'll be December to December. So I'm going to do it in the first year that we're together. So December 2014 to December 2015. So that's what I'm going to do for our 10th anniversary, which is December next year. So yeah, 10 years. Wow, where has that gone? So I think that's what I'm going to do for us in the future at some point, maybe next year. I'll see how I go. But yeah, I don't plan to have a lot of whips. I am going to try and attempt to finish some of my older whips, which is only 3. And the current whips I have on the go at the moment, forced, is obviously the temperature. And then my Oberon should be finished by the 10th of November, and then I'll only have the 2 Quakers. So yeah, that's the plan. Anyway, so that's all of my whips going forward, actually. Don't have a lot of whips, monogamous, yeah. Right, shall we get on to haul? So it was my birthday this month, 12th of October. Very proud October baby. Halloween, everything fantastic happens in October. If you're an October baby, you'll quite agree. So spooky month is my absolute favourite. I absolutely love Halloween and I can't wait for this weekend. So today is Thursday the 26th. And I'm going to be spending the weekend with Rich, and we are going to be drinking toffee apple cocktails and watching horror films. I have chosen The Nun 2, and I don't know what Rich has chosen yet, but we're going to be listening to a Halloweeny playlist. Lots of snacking. We are going for a few meals out. One of them is actually my birthday meal, because to be quite blatantly honest with you all, and you will find this from me, I will be honest because I don't sugarcoat crap. I couldn't be bothered to get dressed up a few weeks ago when we were celebrating my birthday. So we celebrated my birthday a week early because I really wanted to go to the Quarry Bank Stitchy Day, and if I'd have celebrated my birthday that weekend I couldn't have gone. So we celebrated it early, and I says to Rich, I don't really want to go for my birthday meal this weekend. And he says, oh, okay, well, we'll go when you want. And I says, we'll go Halloween weekend because I really can't be bothered to get made up and look nice. Well, I do make an effort to look nice, but I didn't really want to be making sure my hair was perfect because we do have pictures, and I do like to make my hair look nice. Shit today. I do also like, you know, to put a little bit of makeup on. I don't really wear makeup because my complexion does not like it, so I only tend to wear a bit of eye makeup. But I decided that, yeah, we'd do it this weekend, so we are going out for my birthday meal on Sunday. So as I was saying, yes, it was my birthday, and Rich asked me what I wanted, and I said money, because I have many retreats booked for next year, because when you've been to a retreat you get the bug, and it's just the best feeling ever, being surrounded by new and old friends and stitching. Not a lot of stitching gets done, but I find it's nice for the social side of things, being able to chat and talk to people and walk around and meet new people, and going for a nap after your dinner because you're knackered from getting up early. And you know, you don't do a lot at these retreats, but they are very tiring. So yeah, I asked for money, so I've got some good chunks of money off people, which will pay for my trains and shopping and things for next year. So yeah, that's basically that. He did say he wanted to get me some presents because he didn't just want to give me money. Very old-fashioned at heart, bless him. So he has brought me, well, I gave him a list. Yeah, I gave him a list. So he's brought me a set of 4 of the Nerges. Now, I am currently using the size number 3 on my Oberon, and the number 4 is on my Hocus Pocus piece, my Hocus Pocus full coverage. So 4-piece and blue, not pink. So yeah, because I have found since switching to these, I do prefer these a lot more, and I probably most likely won't ever stitch anything that small, but you never know, you never know. So that's what I got from Rich for my birthday, which was chosen by me, but there you go. He also got me a massive chunk of 25 count even weave. Now, I like to plan in advance of what I'm going to stitch when it comes to full coverages. Anything in between, I just whatever, but with full coverages I sort of like to plan. And because I didn't know what I wanted for my birthday, I was like, oh, you can get me this. So this is basically a fat half of 25 count even weave, and this is going to be for my Randall Spangler Trick or Treat. Now that's this one here, which is going to be massive. I plan to do this probably next year sometime. Hocus Pocus is my next full coverage piece. I don't know when I'm going to do this one, but I've got the fabric ready, so that's that. I haven't got them to show you here, but he also brought me some Easy Guide needles, which is the needles with a little ball on the end. So he got me 5 size 28 and 5 size 26, because you can never have enough needles. So that was the other thing he got me. And he also brought me, not cross stitch related, a very cute silver charm of a cat sitting on a moon. So that will go on my Pandora bracelet. So I don't have that here to show you, but it is very cute. So maybe in the next video I will show you. So that was it for birthday haul. As I say, I've got money off everyone else, so that's very welcome. Now, my haul. So the things I brought a while ago, and oh, there's a needle on my leg. Where did that come from? See, I've got all my whips out and I'll find it, pop it there. Oh, I think it's off my full coverage. Okay, pop it there. So I was saying the fabric I actually brought a while ago and I didn't show you was 3 pieces of fabric. Or did I show you this fabric? I can't remember. I think I did. I'll show you again, just because I'm not sure if I showed you or not. Because I don't know if anyone else goes back and watches the videos to see if what I've showed you and what I haven't, because I can't remember. So I brought 3 pieces of fabric from KLT Charting. Where is it? There we go. Sorry. So first one I brought, so these were already pre-dyed in the pre-dyed section, because I was trying to find some that would go. I'm constantly looking for fabric for my potion bottle sell. So this is why all of my fabrics tend to be grey, because I got it in my head that I wanted grey. So yeah, but obviously. So this one is called Darkness Comes. I'm just reading off the label, so excuse me. It's a 28 count opalescent, 11 by 15 inches. Oh, you can see the opal in that actually. So it's quite a nice bit of fabric. It is showing quite true to colour actually. Yeah, it's quite dark, as you can see. It's really nice, really pretty. So funnily enough, I saw my friend in Claygate last month when I was working in Reading, because Claygate isn't far, and I says to her, I says, I've got a few bits of opalescent fabric actually from past purchases and this purchase, but I can't see the holes because of the glitter. So she told me, now I'm going to pass this tip on to all of you, because it helped me a hell of a lot, so it might help you. So she told me that her friend stitches on opalescent quite regular, and that to wear sunglasses when you're stitching. Who knew? She says because she says not dark sunglasses, just lightly tinted. She says because it takes the sparkle away and you can see the holes better. So I was like, that's bloody genius. No, I haven't tried it because I don't know where my sunglasses are. Because at the minute we don't need sunglasses, so yeah. So that's pretty decent tip. Thought I'd share that with you all. So the next bit of fabric I got from KLT Charting was called Silver Moon. This is 18 count. Don't ask me why I've brought 18 count. I think I was going through a bit of a mad phase on, oh, lots of pretty fabrics, let's buy fabric. And this is plain Ada. Oh, and it is showing quite true to life actually, very pretty. Yeah, it's nice though. So like I say, I don't know what I'm going to stitch on these. I just brought them because they were grey. So we shall see. I'll find something to stitch on them, I'm sure. Or if not, I'd always sell them on to someone else who appreciate them. But yeah, so there's the 2 out of the 3. And then this third one, I think I have showed you these, you know, come to think of it. So this, I was looking for some fabric to stitch my Anne Stokes Woodland Guardian. Now the Woodland Guardian I've got doesn't have any background, but I wanted the background really, really similar. And I've been looking for ages for the specific background, and I finally found some that is very close. So I don't know if it is showing true to life actually. I mean, it's only going to be small when it's stitched, because it is a mini as well, so it won't take up a lot of space. So that's basically what I've chosen, and I think that will be perfect. But I'll put the chosen CXC colours with it and see how it looks. Oh, that's what I didn't tell you actually. When I'm so I was saying I changed the thread on my enchanted Quaker. On my Halloween Quaker, I haven't gone for the called for threads at all. I have gone for silks, dinky dyes, because why not? So yeah, dinky dyes and paint box threads, paint box silks. Yeah, I'll link everything in the description box anyway, but that's what I've gone for on that. So they aren't the classic Colourworks or the DMC colours which are called for. I've gone completely off chart with those colours, but I think it looks quite good. And those, by the way, are both stitched on 32 count, 28 count linen. But I think I told you about that fabric in a previous video from Megan. Right, while we're on the terms of fabric, the next bit of fabric I got, I ordered this while I was in Reading. I was going to use it for my Quaker, but I think I was too impatient to wait, so I started my Quaker, but I'm going to use this for something else. So this one is Lagoon by Crafty Kate. Even weave 32 count. Now I've never stitched on 32 count before, so this will be another experiment. So that is Lagoon. I'm not sure if it's, oh, it is picking up the colour True-ish. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it says. A Lagoon, so like a bluey greeny colour, very pretty. So I don't know what I'm going to stitch on that yet. I did, like I say, I brought it for my Quaker and didn't end up using it on my Quaker. So, yeah. I'll find something. We always do, don't we? Right. So, when I went to, because we're still on the thing of fabric, I went to a stitchy day in a few weeks ago. Quarry Bank Stitches, and I brought some. Now it says it's linen, but it looks even weave to me. I don't know. Yeah, it looks even weave to me rather than linen, but it might be even weave, I don't know. But it's 28 count fat quarter. And it was a really pretty blue, because I'm always drawn to blues because I'm very much a blue. So it's a nice pale blue. Don't know if you can see it very well, but it is very pretty. And the good thing is all of the ends are done already, so when I decide to use it, it's prepped. So I got that from Aileen the Quarry Bank stitches, so that was a nice little treat. And the D-stash table, lovely. Okay. Right, next in my haul of massiveness. Do you know? It gets it's very messy making these floss tubes because there's just piles everywhere, and I know it's not just me, everyone has. You try and keep everything neat and it's just impossible. But yeah, anyway, so I had my order from Lakeside and I brought some more dinky dies. Unfortunately though, I thought the charcoal was going to be black, but it's not, it's grey. But that's okay though, I'll find something to use that on. So that was the charcoal. It's quite a pretty colour, it's like a grey. If I was to compare it to a DMC, I'd say it was 413. Yep. Then I got another of the blue in case I run out for my Halloween Quaker, and another of the yellow. So that was my silks from Lakeside. I also got an orangey one which you saw in my Quaker, which I didn't have, so but I'm already using that. Okay, next up is my order from 123 Stitch. So I have brought obviously my thread for my enchanted Quaker. So this one is Black Sand Beach 249. Very nice, very similar to 3799. I took that leaf out of Sherry's book because she also agreed that Black 310 is very harsh when it's, so I agreed 3799 does look nicer. I also brought some Weeks Dye Works because when you're buying one thing you don't want it to be lonely, so you add to the order. So I also, because these have got some of my favourite colours in, I brought the Mermaid, which has got some purples and greens and blues and some yellow in there. It's just very pretty, so I brought that. Oh, no idea what I'm going to use that on, I just liked it, so I got it. And I got this one. Now I've only brought one skein because I think it might be enough for what I need it for, and this was butterscotch. So it's like a mix of browns and beiges and things. Now the reason I brought this one is because I saw this chart. I don't know if I saw it on a Flosstube or I saw it in, I think I saw it in general, and I loved it. And if you know me, you know I love cats, and yeah, I love cats. And I saw this and I was like, that's great. So I am doing this, but rather than doing the cat in grey, I'm going to use that Week Dye colours, butterscotch, so it looks more of a brown tabby to match my cat Oscar, which is currently on the windowsill. So that is what I got. Hissed off. I loved it because yeah, cats, peeved off, great. Not that my cat is ever really peeved off with me. He gets a bit annoyed when I leave him and go to work, but he's very much loving me at the minute. He'd be on my lap now if I was sitting in the chair by the window stitching, which I will be very soon. So that was my haul from 123 Stitch. Actually, another thing I did buy was some Krynic needles, because I heard someone say you can actually buy Krynic needles, and I thought, oh, in case I ever need to use Krynic again, I've got the proper needles. But then people are saying treasure braid is better to stitch with, so I might end up using that. But I've got the needles just in case. It's always good. Right, so I had an order off AliExpress. Now, I know some people aren't agreeable with AliExpress. I don't buy any charts on there. I don't buy any diamond paintings on there. The only diamond paintings I buy on there is if the customs from photos that I have taken. I don't buy anything where the artwork is stolen. Well, I try not to anyway. Probably in the beginning I did, but you're very unaware of all this in the beginning. So I know a lot of you aren't a big fan of AliExpress, but you can get some absolutely fantastic stuff on there. The only crap thing is now we have to pay tax, which is shit, but what can you do? So I brought some scissors from AliExpress quite a few years ago, and they have been the best scissors that I have ever had. Because I've got quite big fingers, they fit perfect in my fingers. They're really sharp, and I mean sharp. They are just fantastic. So these are the original pair that I got from AliExpress. They're never far from my site because they are so comfortable. And because I love them so much, I got another pair. So this is my new pair that I haven't used yet. So in total I got 6 pairs of scissors, because it's nice to mix and match and whatnot. So that's what I do. The other pair I have dropped down the side of my bed, and I can't get to them at the moment, so I won't show you those right now. But I also got these ones, which are snakes slithering. The next pair I got, which I really love these, because I try and look for the ones that have got quite big holes. So I got these. They're so pretty. And then because I love those so much, I got a rainbow pair. So yes, those 4. And the last pair I got was these ones. Now, when I brought these, I was unsure, and I'm still a little bit unsure at the moment. So yes, those are the ones I got. So that was my order from AliExpress. So I quite understand that some people aren't a fan, but I like AliExpress for a few things. Right then, so the next on my haul list, I did say it was quite a lot of haul. I have been following this lovely lady on Instagram for a while actually. She has actually enabled me, which doesn't happen very often. I say that, but nearly every single video I've been enabled. Believe me, it has to be pretty precious for me to be enabled. And I've got quite specific and unique taste, so yeah. So anyway, I saw that she was doing needle minders, and she was basically doing ones customized. Well, actually no, I didn't know she was doing them customized. She posted some photos, and I got in touch with her and I said, I really love your needle minders. Is there any way I could have that one but with these colours? And she was like, yeah, no problem. So I brought these two that I customised myself. So I went for, oh, I don't know if it's going to show you very well. It is Harry Potter, but it's the Slytherin colours. Don't know if you can see it very good. Bloody light. Aha, that's better. So I chose to just have the normal Harry Potter emblem and just go for the Slytherin colours. So I love that. The next one is my three favourite colours, blue, green and purple, with a cat in a hat and a pumpkin. I mean, how cute is that? And they're very well made, they're solid, magnets are strung, chuffed to pieces with them. So thank you very much, Abby. I will tag her Instagram below because she also makes really cool floss drops and other bits and pieces, which I might look at getting because I was very much a bobbin person, which I think I will continue to be for full coverages, but for little pieces that only require like 5 or 10 colours, I'll use floss drops because I'm quite enjoying the floss drops. Dear help me. Oh yeah, so that's that. Right, today I received my 2 goodies in the post that I was waiting for. So my next full coverage piece has got 100 colours, and most of the other pieces I do have got 89 colours. My welcome home was an exception at 236 colours. So I wanted a floss holder, bobbin holder thingy, and I got in touch with quite a few people, and unfortunately those people couldn't do it, which was rather gutting because I tend to use the plastic tubs for my bobbins, and they are so bulky and they take up a lot of space, and because I travel to and from work, I take my projects with me when I'm going to work, when I'm coming home, travelling everywhere. I didn't really want to use extra space for that bulky box, so I really wanted a bobbin holder, and I wrote in the Facebook group Cross Stitch Friends in the UK, I think it was, on Facebook, and a couple of people got tagged, and this one lady messaged me, and I showed her pictures of what I wanted, and she says I can have a go and do it in book form, and I went, fabulous, that's the sort of thing I'm after, something as flat as possible, doesn't matter if it's quite large as long as it's as flat as possible. So she came through, she asked me what fabric I wanted, obviously Harry Potter, I mean, come on, and yeah, she came through, and look, oh, it's amazing, it's amazing. It's not massive, it will fit in my project bag really easily, and it's great. So I'm going to attempt to show you without dropping it. So as you can see, it's like a book, so that's one page, so each side fits 50, and then the other side, and it was a pretty good price because obviously I'm guessing this would have took a lot of effort to do, and I'm absolutely chuffed to bits with it. It is so well made, because I brought a plastic thing from Amazon, and as soon as I put all my bobbins in there, it was just like, oh, it's like, no, this is not going to be good. It would be good for smaller, like 50 threads maybe, but not 100. So I am absolutely chuffed to bits with that. Thank you so much, Ebony, for doing that for me. You know, you have done an absolutely fabulous job and I'm chuffed with it. I really am absolutely chuffed with it, because I know that can't have been an easy task. So yes, that was that, which I was mega chuffed with, which is the one thing I've been waiting all week, because I really wanted to show you in the flesh. Another thing that came today, which I was absolutely super chuffed with, is my Old Forest embroidery threads. Now, Abby, who I was talking about, has enabled me to do the pumpkin colour autumn chart pattern, which is this one here. And I saw it and I absolutely loved it. Everything about it, the colours, the fact that it's autumn, it's got squirrels and cats, because I love forest animals and cats. So I was like, yeah, I love that, I need that. And then I was like, oh, what thread are you using? And she was like, oh, I'm using the thread that they supply. And I was like, where do I get that? She says you have to order it from them directly. And I was like, right, okay, cool. So I had a look and I was like, oh, that was a really reasonably priced threads. But then I came to check out and I saw the postage and I was like, whoa, okay. I need to be getting a lot of things to compensate for the cost of postage. But luckily, I had a few friends in my Instagram and Facebook who wanted to get some threads as well. So we all put together, got an order and split the cost of postage, which was much better, much better. So yeah, so I got the colours for pumpkin colour frost. I'm sorry if you can't see them very well. I didn't really want to take them out the bags because they're quite, if I open that one up, that'll be better actually. Because they look so neatly packed and I don't want to mess with them until it's time to kit up. So that's for the pumpkin colour autumn. Then I went for the fox, which is this one here. And oh no, it's going to rip through that. That's those colours there. I don't know if you can see them very well. I don't want to open that because it's going to rip that. So yeah, that's that. Very, very pretty, variegated. And then the third one, was squirrel, which is this one here. And those are the colours for that, for the squirrel. So these are all variegated, as you can see. A lot of oranges, reds, greens, and like 3799. And then the next one was the coffee sampler. Now, I mostly drink coffee. I am quite a big coffee drinker. And I can't remember who it was, but I don't know if it was someone on Instagram, Flosstube or Facebook, I'm not sure. And they were saying they were doing a lot of cross stitches around their coffee area in the kitchen. And I was like, oh, that's amazing. Now, I probably won't do that, but I do really like this chart, so I'll probably just do this one chart, or I might, because I'll have to see the size of my kitchen and things first, but we shall see. But this I'm definitely doing. Can I open this without ripping that? No, I can't, but I'll rip it anyway. So this is the chart, which I do really quite like. Lovely variegation in there. And those are the colours. I'm really thinking about my life choices today because I have chosen to sit in such a crappy place, and yeah. Next video, I promise I won't do it here because you won't be able to see. And that's for the coffee sampler. So that is my haul that I've had delivered to me since my last Flosstube, which was about 4 weeks ago. God, I can't believe it's been 4 weeks. I've already said that, I can't believe it. And this is quite a lengthy video, so I do apologise, but there was a lot to show you. I'm just gonna take just a quick drink. Oh, and I broke my cup. Oh, I was so gutted. So I was doing my hair the other day and I was putting my hair products back, and I went to a job in 2021 in Essex, and I went into the charity shop there because I really wanted to buy something to remember that job. And I brought this really beautiful solid glass ornament of a cat. Excuse me. And as I was putting my hair products back, I knocked this cat off and it fell and it chipped my mug in 2 areas. And I was gutted because it was the cup that I brought in Oxford with Rich. And it was my first Christmas Harry Potter mug as well. So I found them on Amazon, so I've brought a replacement. But I have kept my old one and I'm going to use it as a diamond painting pen holder until I can financially afford stands for them all, because I do have a fair whack. If ever you want to see my diamond painting pens, do let me know and I will quite happily do a Flosstube diamond painting tube extra to show you my pens, because there is a few. So anyway, back onto it. So yeah, brought my cup. Gutted, absolutely gutted. So I was saying, in the last couple of weeks I have been on quite a few stitchy days. I went to a stitchy day on Saturday the 21st of October, which was my official monthly meetup, which I organise. Anyone is more than welcome. If you're in the area, then I do normally put the date I have chosen on the group. Unfortunately, because I work away, I do have to choose the date dependent on me being able to go. Like I said to the girls, if any of you want to meet up without me, then feel free, but obviously if you want to come to the one organised, then come. So I will put the group down below. Feel free to come join us to keep up to date with any stitchy days, and if you want to pop along, do pop along. We had it at the Dudley Canal Trust in Dudley, just off the Birmingham New, or is it on the Birmingham? I think it's on the Birmingham New Road actually. Yeah, Birmingham New Road, in the West Midlands. And yeah, it was a really great meetup. Loads of people came, we had a good chat. Unfortunately though, I was a little bit annoyed. I booked the table quite a bit in advance because it's a Saturday and they do get busy. I booked it in advance, and when I got there, there was a sign saying that they were closing 2 hours earlier because they had a private event on, which is all good. But they had my number. They knew I had a reserved table. They should have got in touch with me and told me, but obviously not. But we all had a lovely time and we all caught up and stitched away, and it was really lovely that Kate and Jess came all the way from Birmingham to join us. So that was really lovely to see them. No, it wasn't the 21st of October, sorry. It was sooner, that it was the weekend before that. It was the 14th of October, that's right. Yes, sorry. There was another stitch down the 21st. I'll get to that one. So, yeah, we had a really lovely time. It was great. We had cake, coffee. What more can you want? Stitching, great stuff. Then on the day after, on the 15th of October, we had the Quarry Bank Stitchers Day, which is organised by the lovely Karen and Annabelle. That's normally a full day private event that's organised twice a year. That was at the same place but in a private room, and that was brilliant. The room was just the right size, the food was lovely. They even got us a goodie bag. Now, I do think I've taken everything out of the goodie bag, apart from a few things, but I can tell you what was in there. So we had a cute little bag. Now this, we didn't know anything about this, so we had a cute little bag, which was really lovely. So this was organised by the Quarry Bank Cross Stitchers. I will link their group down below as well, and they're based in Dudley area. So they do a meetup also, but that is normally, I normally do a meetup on the Saturday, and they normally do their meetup on a Wednesday night at the end of the month from 7:30 till 9:30. So I will link their group below as well if you want to check them out. So within that bag we had a cute little pencil case, which comes in handy for us stitchers. Now, I had to laugh because I don't know if this was done purposely, but I noticed, because I always say to people, I don't like pink. Do not give me anything pink. So I noticed in the pencil case, so in the pencil case we had a highlighter, so mine's blue. And we also add some snips. Now, I've never used these before, but I know Jo at Belushi Stitches swears by these. She says she prefers them because you can just pick them up and snip rather than having to put your fingers in, open and cut. Which, fair point. We also had 2 needles in there, a size 24 and a 26 needle, I think it was, or was it 26, 28? One or the other. And we had a beautiful custom made needle minder that they had commissioned with Jess at Just Get Stitching. And how gorgeous is that? You would have seen it on my project earlier, but I took it off to show you properly. So we had that, which is beautiful, autumny colours, no pink. And what else did we get in there? I think that was everything. Can't remember. Do correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was everything we got in there. But I thought that was a really lovely surprise. So nice. So that was everything I got in the goodie bag. I accidentally deleted this part of the video last night when I was editing it into my video app ready to upload. Seems to be that fate held against me, that I said I was going to upload it today, and then it decided you're not uploading it until Friday. So I was like, okay then. So one of the things I did find last night, actually, that was in the goodie bag, which I forgot about, was this, which will come very much in handy, and it's my favourite colour as well. So what a lovely goodie bag, what a lovely surprise that was from Annabelle and Karen. Very lovely, completely unexpected. I didn't expect at all to have not even needle minders or anything this time, because it wasn't even mentioned, so that was really lovely. So we had a lovely day then, and then the weekend after I went to my third meetup, which was with the Birmingham Stitchers. So we all met in the usual cafe, but there was a problem with the booking. It seems to be that's what's going on just lately. So the place that we booked was full when we walked in. They hadn't reserved the table that Kate had reserved. So we ended up in a little private room, which was actually quite nice because, you know, you haven't got all the public around and you can just sit quietly and stitch and chat amongst ourselves. It was brilliant. So it didn't end up being a bad thing. So that was really nice. Asked Kate, how about, you know, looking at organising a stitchy day here? And she says, already asked, it's an absolute fortune. I was like, oh, right. So it's more so built for basically companies that will be doing conferences and all that sort of jazz. So it's like, oh dear. It's just Bailey. He gets quite unwell in winter, don't you, Don? You all right? Okay. He gets quite unwell in winter, bless him. So, yes. Oh, I didn't mention what I brought at the Stitchy Day, did I? At Quarry Bank Stitchy Day? No, I didn't. So, see, that video deleting has completely thrown me off whack. So, Michelle was there from Stitch Mania Stash, and I got some needle minders. So, I got this one because, you know, I'm a cat mum. I got this one. The only thing that's missing off there is coffee. I got this one. That's so true. In a good way, obviously. And I saw this one for my mum and I thought it was brilliant. I thought, you can put this on your fridge, mum. I've got quite an expressive face. It must just be just us. Well, I'm sure a lot of people have got an expressive face. But I saw this and I thought it was fabulous. So I really like that. So I got that mum for her fridge. Well, I suppose she could use it on a diamond painting as well if she really, really wanted to. So, yeah, that was basically... Oh, no, it wasn't. I also brought these. Betty was there as well from her shop in Quarry Bank, which is called Betty's Stitch Kit. And her name's not Betty, it's Sharon. I will remember that, Sharon, I promise. So I brought these little scissor guards, which comes in handy because I always carry a spare pair of scissors and I'm worried that one of these days I'm going to stab myself. So I got two of those. I got one for the ones that lives with my tablet and that'll go in my bag. So I think that was everything I bought from Quarry Bank Stitchers. On that fabric I mentioned earlier. Yeah, I think that was everything. So, yeah, we had really great time at all Stitchy Days. Fabulous. yeah, looking forward to the next one, which is the retreat in Retford on the 10th of November. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, so I think that's all. Actually, what I did finish last night, and this wasn't in this part, this wasn't in this floss tube, but because I did finish it last night, I thought I would show you. So remember that cat I made if you were following my Instagram? Well, I have completed it. Don't know if you can see it very well. So I added the whiskers last night. Now they are completely far from perfect, and I know this cat is completely far from perfect. But for my first time, I'm really quite proud of that. It looks really quite good. So I brought a little frame. My mum's glue gun isn't working, so I need to buy one of those. So I brought a little frame, and the plan is for it to sit in there. So it's sort of, it's like 3D. So that's what I'm gonna do, and that's what I've done for Richie's mum for her birthday. So hopefully she appreciates all the time and effort that has gone into making that, because I am really quite proud of it. But would I do it again? No, I wouldn't, because it was boring. Not as fun as cross stitch at all. Anyway, so yes, I thought I'd show you that, being as though that's finished now. And Oscar is shaking the camera. Oscar has decided today to sit underneath the camera. So if the camera shakes, he is the culprit. Right, so I think that's everything stitchy wise. If you've managed to get all the way through this lengthy video, thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate you coming and watching my videos. Please give me a like and subscribe. I would very much appreciate that, and share if you want to. I'm always happy to welcome new people to my channel. And yeah, that's basically it. I am going to talk about books and TV now, so if you want to up off, then take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Right, so if you're still here for books, I have watched a fair few things on TV this last month. I've hardly read any books actually. I think it was just with it being my birthday month and all the stitchy days, and there's just been so much going on, I've just not really. And I think it's because with me having time off and me being the only one in the house, I've been able to actually enjoy being downstairs. And it's weird being downstairs with the TV off, so I've been having the TV on, which means no books. So the 3 books that I have read, which I did enjoy apart from the one, was the first one was Sleepless by Louise Mumford, and that's this one. And I really enjoyed this one. I actually found this one by chance. I've got a BookBeat subscription, which is for audio books. I think you can read Kindle type books on there as well. And really enjoyed it. It was about this lady who has a lot of trouble sleeping at night. So she wanted to do this sleep trial. And they go to this island, a group of them, and there's obviously all different things wrong with them. Some have night terrors, some sleepwalk, all different things. And basically, yeah, things go badly wrong, and yeah, there's quite a twist. But it's a very good book. Funnily enough, I'm actually going to a book party the end of next month with my bookster friend, Laura. We it is in Birmingham at the old library in Digbeth, I think it is. And there is going to be 35 plus authors attending. So, one of the authors that's going is Louise Mumford, and so that's really cool. So I've seen a book, one of the other books by her that I like the look of, so I'm going to buy that in paperback form and I'm going to have it signed, because they don't sit at a table and sign books. They tend to, well, have a good time. It's a party. So I'm going to get that signed next month. That's quite exciting. Anyway, the next book I read was The Wife Upstairs by Frida McFadden. I have actually read a lot of her books in the last few months. Not sure if you noticed. She is one of my favourite thriller authors now. She is really, really good. Really enjoyed this one. This was no exception. So many twists and turns. If you like thrillers and you like twists and turns, then I highly, highly recommend you give Frida a go. This one was really good. It was basically about this husband and wife, and she had an accident and she was left in quite a bad way, so she needs 24-hour care to help her get out of bed, to help to be fed and all that sort of stuff. She can communicate a little bit by making like strange sounds, and move her eyes around, but she can't really do much else. And yeah, he hires this girl to come and basically look after her during the day, so give her a food and all the rest of it. And it turns out that she ends up being quite close with this lady, and then all the twists and turns start happening. So yes, it's very good. I highly recommend it. Very, very good book. But to be fair, I've enjoyed all of Frida's books apart from one, because there was a stupid amount of turtles and all I could think about was turtles, so that took me away from the story. I think I have mentioned the book in the past and I did enjoy the book. It was the turtles, man. Too many turtles. Anyway, going off track. So the third book I read, which was this one, Falling by TJ Newman. Now, this was a book club pick for September because I'm in a little bookstagram book club, and it was awful. I do not recommend this at all. I mean, if you want to give it a go, knock yourself out, but I didn't like it at all. I need to be grabbed from the first sentence, and I was grabbed, and I was like, oh, this is absolutely fantastic book. But then it just got worse and worse and worse. I'm not normally one for slating or killing books, but this book really was bad. It was really bad, and a couple or one of the girls in the group really loved it, and I was like, I can't even remember the ending. I was actually listening to it on audio book and I got distracted by something else and I completely missed the ending, and because the book was so bad I didn't even bother going back to see what the ending was about. I was like, no, I can't even be bothered. It was terrible. So yeah, I gave up on that one. There's a sequel. I won't be reading it, so I don't recommend that one, but if you want to give it a go, then carry on. It's basically about a husband. He's a pilot and he's just gone to work because he's a pilot on a plane. And basically, while he's up in the air, he gets a phone call to say that his family is being held hostage. And he's got a choice to either save his family from the terrorists killing them or crash the plane of think it's 100 odd or 200 odd people on board. So we must make that choice. So it sounds good, but it's really not good. But I'll leave that up to you if you want to give that a go. Right, so that was the only books I actually read last 4 weeks. I'm not doing very good these last few weeks either. Never mind. Anyway, movies. Talk about the movies first, because I've only watched one, and that was Saw X, that I saw in the cinema my birthday weekend with Rich, which is this one. I did really enjoy this one. I felt so sorry for John Kramer, and I don't know if any of you have ever watched the Saw franchise, but it sort of brings to head the reasons why he does what he does, and I kind of get why he does it now. I mean, it's not a very nice way of how he goes about teaching people a lesson, but in all the other films as well, but you can quite understand why he does it. So I did feel really quite sorry for him in this one, but it was very good, and if you like gore and blood, you will very much enjoy that. So that was Saw X. Right, TV. So I've watched absolutely loads of TV. Just one second. Watched absolutely loads of TV. The things that I have caught up on are 911, which is this one. It's basically based around America's 911. So it focuses on the dispatch centre, it focuses on the police and the firefighters. And I've just caught up on season 6, which is the newest season, and it was really good. Really enjoyed it. I really enjoy this series anyway, so I highly recommend it if you like those sort of shows. But I'm anticipating season 7 because it's ended on a little bit of a cliffhanger, which we hate, but they like to keep you intrigued for the next season, don't they? So yes, I highly recommend 911 if you've never watched it. The next one I watched was Station 19, which is this one. This is actually a spin-off from Grey's Anatomy. Now, you don't have to watch Grey's Anatomy to enjoy this one. It's just basically the characters do intertwine with Grey's Anatomy characters. So it basically, that's the only reason. But yes, that was very good. I really enjoyed that, catching up on season 6 of that. It's basically based on the firefighters and, you know, their day-to-day basis, and yeah, I really enjoy the characters in that one, so that's really, really good. The next one I've been watching is Grey's Anatomy, which is this one. This is 20 something seasons long. I've just literally caught up with season 20. So season 21, or was it season 19? One or the other. But the new series is out next year. That has also ended on a bit of a cliffhanger as well. Why did they do it to us? But I love Grey's Anatomy. I wasn't actually watching it from the beginning. I started that from a few years ago. I just literally sat and binged the entire thing, and it was fantastic. Really enjoyed it. I do recommend that if you're going to watch that, bring tissues, because I don't think I've ever watched a show as sad as that one. Which is probably about right, because it's in an hospital with based on doctors and things, so you can imagine a lot of death. But yes, it is very good. I do highly recommend it. I love all of the characters, so yeah, brilliant. The ones I have started is Goosebumps, which is this one. Now, if you're like me and you're a 90s child, you remember the original Goosebumps series. Now, it is sort of like that. It is based on the books, so each episode is a book. But the way they've done it is they've used the same characters and they're rolling them over into each episode, and they're building a backstory, which is really good. I'm really enjoying that. I'm up to episode 6, I think, which was released on the 20th, but I'm trying to let it build up a little bit more, and then I'm going to watch some more once there's a few more episodes. So I'm really enjoying that. So I highly recommend it if you were a big fan of Goosebumps, because it is very well made. The next one I watched and finished in 5 days was Siren, which is this one. And that's all about mermaids. Really good, really good. It's about a mermaid colony, and one of these mermaids actually ends up on land, and she ends up being, because she can't speak English, she can only speak mermaid. Yeah, she ends up with these 2 humans that actually teach her human ways and things like that, and they go through, there's 3 seasons, and they basically help each other, and it's really good. Very much enjoyed it. Gutted when it finished. I definitely think they could have done more, but they did finish it in a nice place, so as nice as it can be. So yeah, that's that. Really enjoyed that. Gutted that that's over. Are you quite comfy there, Roo? Hey, you're quite comfy there. So yeah. Next one I watched was Bodies, which is this one. If you don't mind programs that flit to the future and to the past and all different timelines, then you'll enjoy this one. This one is set in 4 different times. So it's set in the 1890, it's set in 1940, 2023 and 2053, I think it is. And it just keeps flitting back between all 4 time zones, but it is very good. At first it's hella confusing, but as the episodes pick up and you start learning a bit more about what's going on and all that, it's really good, really good. I can't remember how many seasons there is. I think there's only 1 season. Yeah, 1 season, but they didn't need to do another one. They could do if they really wanted to, but it finished fine. It finished absolutely fine. So yes, I really enjoyed that one as well. I was struggling on what to watch after Siren, so my mum actually recommended that one to me. So I was like, oh yes, I'll watch that. So the next, I also started a new series last night. I'm only about 4 or 5 episodes in, but I thought, being as how this video was deleted, I might as well mention that one. So this one is called Rosewood, which is this one, and is basically a private pathologist, and she is a policewoman, and they basically come together to solve crimes, and I think they are a fantastic partnership. Really like this so far, so I'll definitely continue that. So I think that's basically everything. This video is very long, so if you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching till the end. I appreciate it. Hopefully if you've stitched, you've managed to get a good amount of stitching done, and yeah, great, thanks for coming back. Hopefully the next one I will do in 2 weeks time. so it won't be as lengthy as this. I probably won't have as much haul, but I'll probably have quite a bit of cross stitch progress, so we will see how we go. And I should have a finish as well. So yeah, that's basically that. Thank you all for watching. I am going to pop some photos up from the stitchy day, and you can see all the fun that we had. And if you want to come and join us, come join us on the Facebook groups. Look out for the days and definitely come join us. So that's me. Thank you very much for watching. You all take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, thank you. Bye.